What if the game operation was horny?
Touch my butt,
This is surprisingly easy to achieve. First, you need an operation game, and you can probably find one at your local thrift store for $3 like I did. It doesn't even matter if it works because we're going to replace all the electronics. We'll be replacing those with an Arduino Nano R3 microcontroller development board, a DFRobot DFPlayer Mini MP3 player, and a small 3-watt speaker. You can use any Arduino for this project if you don't have a Nano. To understand how we'll make this work, you need to understand how the original operation game board functions. Luckily, it's stupid simple. The entire top of the board is metal below the printed graphics. The tweezers have a wire that runs to a battery, and the other side of that battery connects back to the metal. When the tweezers touch the metal, the circuit completes. Throw an LED and vibration motor in line with the battery in that circuit and you're done. When you touch the tweezers to the metal, it's like you're flipping a power switch on that circuit. To add some horny phrases, we just need to make the Arduino register when the circuit is closed. When that happens, the Arduino can tell the DFPlayer Mini to play a sound file. Give me a moment to make those changes and then I'll show you how it works. Phew, all done. I want to take a moment to explain how I made the horny sound effects. I started by using Adobe Audition to record myself saying the phrase in a funny voice. Here's an example. I then applied a few effects to that recording to make it sound more cartoony. The first is the angry gerbil, which raises the pitch.
Here's an example.
The second is the 5 voices chorus, and that adds some echo.
Here's an example.
And the third is the robotic flanger, which gives the audio an artificial kind of square wave quality.
Here's an example.
I recorded 10 different phrases, like this one,
You must touch me there, Daddy.
and this one,
Can I see your feet?
and this one.
You can pull my muscle anytime.
Played at random, this creates some variety. My primary goal here was to make my wife laugh, and you'll find out in a moment if I was successful. I copied those audio files in MP3 format onto a micro SD card to go in the DFPlayer Mini. That connects to the Arduino Nano through software serial. There's also an LED, the ground wire going to the board, and a wire going from an I/O pin to the tweezers. The Arduino sketch code is simple. It just loops and waits to see if the circuit closes, which pulls the input pin low to ground. Then I designed some simple mounts to attach to the back of the operation board. I 3D printed those, then used a soldering iron to put in heat set inserts for the screws. Finally, I used copious amounts of hot glue to attach the 3D printed mounts, the battery holder, and the speaker. The only thing left to do was challenge my wife to a couple rounds of horny operation.
This isn't, I can't even.
I know where I wish I could put my bone.
Okay, so
Touch my butt next.
Or maybe I should set that.
Let's play doctor.
damn it.
You must touch me there, Daddy.
In the end, I won a round and she won a round. Based on a sample size of 2, it turns out that whomever draws the $1,000 card is the person that wins. This was a silly video, but my next project should be more useful to a lot of you. I'll be upgrading the battery of a Kindle Paperwhite to dramatically expand its battery life. If that interests you, then consider subscribing. Thanks for watching and stay horny.